game's all the way. And Boulevard immediately on attack. They're immediately on attack and looking to go down that right flank. So immediately they signal their intentions, attack. And that's what they had. That's what they was known for, the creativity and attacking. You know, the Roy Stevens,
yes,
you know,
right.
those players of that era. And the game just started. Everything's at this moment taking place in the Dandytown half. The Boulevard's looking to camp out. And what we do know, because of the DNA of Boulevard, they're going to bring an aggression to this game. They will bring an aggression to this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, like I said, with the inception of Boulevard in 1972 in the Bermuda Football Association League, they have come from strength to strength. So it's going to be a good picture here this afternoon, I believe, Maceo.
Yeah, Dandytown has just made some selection changes, as you know, they're changed to 2 center half, and like, Millet gets in his first cross, and the keeper struggles with that. Adams struggles with that. The ball comes off for Jerwande Bascom that's streaking late into the box.
Maceo, what do you think about the addition Dandytown has made with Ronnie Bascom? Has he fit in yet, or is he still working towards finding his final spot inside?
You know what? That's an interesting point. You know, it's always going to be a struggle for any coach to deal with Jerwande Bascom, and the reason being is because he's came up under his father, Andrew Bascom. So the level that he's used to of coaching and technical awareness, you know, that level that he's used to is always going to be a struggle for anybody else in this island to be able to coach him. And just as I looked at where Dandytown is setting him up, he looks to be playing striker.
Oh yeah.
I don't think personally that's his better position. You know, for me, he's a holding midfielder where he gets on the ball, he makes things happen. He's got an awesome tackle. You know.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll be lying if I was saying that, you know, I wanted him to play for Village.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I really think at Village is where he'll find who he is, what he's really all about.
And especially, as you say, as a playmaker.
Yes, because, you know, his father has made Village.
Right, that's right, yeah, exactly.
Standard that Village had, it comes from people like Andrew Bascom.
Right.
And I really believe he'll find out all about himself in a red and white jersey.
All right, there you go, that's true. I think so too.
But with that, he's going to add value to any team that he plays for in Bermuda. He's definitely going to add value to a team. So, you know, he's going to add value to this Dandytown team for sure.
All righty.
Yeah. Kwande Lathan just coolly puts that back in the goalkeeper, Daniel saying. And Dandytown's going to be looking to be able to play the ball at the back. You know, they were heavily criticized by myself in the last game where they went for the long ball tactic. You know, and I think they're going to respond with that because I think they actually have the players to play football, to put the ball down, to move the ball around, to create angles. You know, I think they have the personnel to be able to do that. You know, it's just, you know, selecting people in the right positions to get the right rhythm out of the game.
Right, okay. So, Maceo, what do you think Boulevard has to do today to be successful, to come away with a victory out of this match?
You know what? I think Boulevard's success is going to be all about aggression.
Okay.
How long they're going to be able to maintain aggression and get in Dandytown's face. You know.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I think there will be a level of respect that Boulevard brings into the game for the likes of Dandytown, who's an established premier team.
Right.
So there will be a level of understanding and respect. But it's going to be about aggression, and it's also going to be about how long they can maintain their fitness. Because if you look at Boulevard's games that they're lost in the league, they're losing them in the last 20 minutes of the game.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that points to a fitness problem.
Yes.
You know, they're able to stay in the game in the early parts of it. So, you know, later part, that points to a fitness situation. And these players all these players will be quite familiar with each other.
Right.
You know, if you look at the Dandytown captain that's on the ball now, he comes on the Boulevard. You know, he spent some time at Boulevard. You know, Skyer Ferbert is in the middle. He spent some time at Boulevard. Out on the wing, you got Kadir Maynard as well as Jerwande Bascom. So this is a rivalry between these kids. You know,
indeed, yes,
definitely a rivalry. So you know, a lot of breaking rights on the line here today.
All right. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, there you go. And for Dandytown to maintain their dominance at the top of the league, what do they have to do today in terms of?
It's going to be about the defending.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I mean, it's going to be about their ability to not allow goals. We know Dandytown will
score. Right. That's right.
We actually know they got creativity in their top three that they will create chances to score. You know, so it's going to be about can they defend, and I see some changes taking place in their defense, bro.
Okay, right.
You're drafted in an out-and-out defender in George Dyer.
Oh yes.
And you shifted Dominique Williams to the right back, so he can see a little bit more of the ball. You know, so with George, he is actually an out-and-out defender. I think he loves to defend, he loves to tackle, and with that said, Dandytown on the attack already.
Wow, okay.
With Goda streaking out of the midfield. He scored a lot of goals this season streaking out of midfield.
Yeah, okay.
And what he's reminded me of, you know, the positional play that he takes up and the decisions and the runs. He reminds me of a Frank Lampard that makes those late runs.
Yes, definitely.
Those late runs out of that midfield and gets on balls that are being crossed.
Right, okay.
You know, he arrives late.
All right. Speaking of defense, what do you think about the goalkeeping of Dandytown's team right now? How's the goalkeeping compared to some of the years of yesteryear?
Well, you know what? This kid, Johnny Daniels, is actually an excellent goalkeeper. He's got presence, he's got size, he's got technique, he's got bravery. You know, if it's one criticism about him is his communication to his defense and made out on the ball. He looks to cut into that left foot. Yeah, so he lacks communication, and that's what he needs to bring it together. So I've traveled with him a lot in the national academy team, so he's had the opportunity to play football games against the likes of Portugal, the likes of Colombia, the likes of Chile. You know,
so it's that international experience.
So that international experience that he does have, you know, he's got that level. Like I said, what he needs to add to his game is communication, directing his defense.
Right.
You know, one of the goalkeepers that I always found that did that well was Dwayne Streaker Adams.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, we always used to crack a joke every time he dove. It was just to get a picture in the paper because he knew he had the ball covered, and that was just to get his picture in the paper.
Yes.
But most of the times he organized his defense so shots weren't being taken at him.
Yeah, and as you said that too, one of the other North Village legends as well had great position in the goal was Sam Newsom as well. Him and Sam, I thought, were very good at position, as you're stating. Great positioners, so they didn't have to dive as much. They did a good job back there.
At organizing,
yes. And organizing, yes, that's right.
Yeah, you would know a lot more about Sam than me.
Yes.
Sharing your age there, Mr. Jennings.
There you go.
You know, but yes, I've heard great stories about Sam the Cat Newsom.
That's right. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
So this is where Boulevard has to make Dandytown play in free kicks into the box.
Yes.
You know, that's where they had a soft spot defending from set players. So Boulevard has to really be conscious. But see, again, in Boulevard's DNA, they want to outplay teams.
Right.
They actually want to outplay teams.
Right.
They want to play football. They want to put the ball on the ground. They want to show their skill.
Yes.
They want to show their creativity.
Right.
You know, that's what they're known for.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, and for lack of a better word, you players that are born out of the street, that's what they possess.
Yes, that's right. That's true. That's
what they possess. That's what they bring to the game. They bring creativity to the game.
Right.
You know, they bring technique to the game. They bring speed to the game. And they're going to want to show that.
That's right. Yeah, they want to go. I was going to say they're going to want to show great workmanship. That's right. 2 years ago, I was actually the coach, assistant coach rather, at Boulevard as well. And exactly what you're saying. That's what these guys have made up the pedigree of that. That's right. So you know, this afternoon, the fans should get a good account of.
Interesting scenario happening right there. If you see Jarwande Bascom coming deep out of his striker's position because he wants the ball.
Yes, exactly.
He's not going to be patient enough that he's going to wait that striker for that ball. So he's gonna look to start to come deep when he don't get touches of the ball. So again, I don't know if that's
it's a good thing, that's right. And as you said earlier, his best asset, I think, and from experience and watching him play, is him coming from the midfield, being in the midfield, being a creative artist as opposed to waiting to receive the ball. So
he's got a fabulous 30-yard pass on both sides. He can play outside of his body. He can play across his body. You know, and I look at who they got in the midfield. The kid Lynn Tucker.
Right,
I actually think he's a striker.
Right, exactly. They can switch.
Because he's going to hold the ball up.
Right.
You know, he's going to spin on you.
That's right.
And he's got just the attitude of a striker.
That's right, yeah.
He's actually got the attitude of a striker.
And he loves to shoot,
He loves to shoot,
right.
you know.
Exactly.
You know?
So.
But he's been used as the holding midfielder, and I can understand why, because he's aggressive. He breaks up play and stuff like that.
That's right.
But when he gets the ball, he doesn't possess that same level of creativity that a Jordan Bascom possesses. You know.
That's right. No,
so
no,
it's gonna break the rhythm of Dandytown to be able to possess,
especially in clutch competition.
And with that said, Dandytown is absorbing the pressure, all the pressure being applied by Boulevard at this moment. And by no means Boulevard look intimidated out here.
Yes.
They're definitely not intimidated out here on this field. This is one thing I always loved about Boulevard. They're not intimidated.
That's right. And they will run at you wholeheartedly.
They're always looking to play. They're not afraid. They're a very brave group of kids.
Yes. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, that's right. And which again, which adds to an interesting fixture here this afternoon.
With the proper coaching and organization and discipline, you know, that's what they need to add to themselves to grow them. And if you can remember, you would definitely remember when you had Coach Andrew Bascom down there. That's what he brought to him.
Sure did.
That's what he brought to the Roy Stevensons. That's what he brought to Kenny Hill. He brought to Dwight Payback, Albert Case. He brought discipline, organization, and structure to them that made them league champions, that made them an exciting team.
That's right, to watch. And also see those players that you just named, and he also helped those players to get be more analytically inclined in the game, thus becoming national team players.
Yes.
That's right. So which is, you know, so those guys had a great experience on the auspices of
you take a Roy Stevens. Roy was one of the slowest players ever, but nobody could beat him.
That's right.
He can analyze the game, he positioned well, he organized well, he showed great character and great leadership.
That's
you know, and he played along big Richardson,
Wayne
Richardson, you know, that dealt with anything that came across in the ear.
Yes.
You know, and he was a presence because of his size.
Yes.
You know, but Roy just showed great leadership character. You know, and then you had the clever Albert Smith.
Yes.
LB Smith with that left foot. You know, he could pick passes out, and then you had Payback who could dribble at you.
Yes, that's right. Yes. You know, distribute and dribble and distribute that ball well.
But look at the things that Andrew Bascom did with that team. You take a Dean Boyles, who for many years figured he was a winger, and Andrew Bascom took him and played him right back, and nobody could beat him at right back.
Exactly, that's right. And you know, often what happens a lot, Maceo, coaches know better than players where they really go. They come and say, "Coach, I'm a midfielder." The coach will look at him, assess him, and say, "No, not at all."
And with that Boulevard again applying pressure, just back to the game rules. Again applying pressure. So all the pressure thus far
it's been by Boulevard.
It's Boulevard again, but they need to score.
Yes,
because can they sustain this going into the second half?
That's right. And like you mentioned, Boulevard, that's right, against Dandytown, as you mentioned, we know they'll score eventually. So Boulevard needs to, like you said, get on the score sheet if they can early. And that would help them to sort of displace Dandytown a little bit and make them work and come at them with a bit more urgency. Right now, I think Dandytown in this game is just taking it easy, playing simple, not working hard and not panicking, and just trying to get into their game.
Dandytown showing their experience.
Yes,
they understand that they're going to be under pressure sometimes in the game, and they're going to be able to put pressure, you know, so that they're just absorbing until it's their turn.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And thus far, turning you to a good, about what, 5 or 10 minutes in, and seems to be a little bit, I guess, Boulevard having a little bit more pressure. But other than
Boulevard is bossing this game at the moment.
Yes, okay.
They're definitely bossing this game. Dandytown's finding it hard to get out of the half, actually.
Yeah, and even to settle down a bit, yeah? So, you know, so it's interesting to see what the next few minutes hold. Like I said, within the next few minutes, I think you'll see the league leaders coming to themselves. And in any form or fashion, that is, in terms of whether it be slowing the game down, moving the ball, and getting opportunities. And like you mentioned, Boulevard have to get on the score sheet. I think early, that would be an advantage for them if they can get on the score sheet early.
Dronde has some look to hold it up. And that's the difference right there with that with Lynn Tucker. You know, that's the difference right there with Dronde Bascom making that pass.
Right,
But he did good to get on the ball.
Oh, yes, he did, yeah.
And the keeper handled this one a lot better than he handled the first one. That would give him a little bit of confidence, you know, because the first one he didn't handle so well.
Didn't do that too well, yeah. And as you pointed out, it's going to be interesting to see Ken Boulevard maintain that ability of keeping going forward in terms of fitness. We'll see that as the game progresses.
Great turn. Again, that's the skill that we're looking at. And that's Douglas. Douglas turns on him. But Millet equally to the task again. Millet right there. I tell you, you see this kid Millet, number 13, at left back, another national team player. We actually played him out of the center of the defense. Played him out of the center of the defense, and I kid you not, watch him as this game goes on. He has the same attributes as a Wendell Joe Trott. And and for me to say that,
yeah, that's right, big shoes, yes.
For me, he has the same attributes. I'm not saying that he's able to implement as good as he is, but as a kid, those attributes, he positions well, he's smooth with the ball. I don't think left back is his better position, because left back requires you to have some speed.
Yes, that's right.
You know, but out of the center, how he organizes, how he moves, you know, how he looks to play. He actually is very, very classy, you know. And I'm just again looking at a immediate switch. If you was to switch him and Kwande Lathan, now Kwande Lathan is about a left back, streaking forward, making passes. You know, again, the balance. These are coaching areas. You know, looking at if you're looking to play a certain type of football, you got to be able to put people in positions where their talent, what they offer the game is properly utilized.
Yes, that's right, and that makes sense. Like you're talking about, And speaking of the coaches, Coach Wilkins for Dandytown is
He's the most experienced coach at this time. This is his fifth year. This is his fifth year in the Premier League, so he knows all about the Premier League. He knows all about the management of it going into the second half of the season and getting in position. Right now, this has probably been one of his better starts, where he's on top of the league early. You know, I have many conversations with him, and I give him a hard time. He's a good friend of mine. As I give everybody a hard time, that's nothing new. I give him a hard time because I actually think his team should dominate the league. I think they should be able to beat teams 3 and 4 nothing. He's with the type of players and the experience that they have. I actually think they should dominate it. And then last week when Rangers goes up 3-0 on them, you know, and I tell him that's coaching.
Yes,
you know, did you put your players in the right positions in the right time to be able to dominate the team? Because I think player for player, Dandytown has the better players in the league at the moment. You know?
I would agree. Yes.
Yeah, the fact that they have the better players, and I always tell them, I said, with that, Justin, the ball took a late bobble. And he calls me very arrogant, and I accept that title. I said, but at North Village, when I had the better players, I beat everybody.
Yes, you did.
It's not one or second team. And this could be it. This is that's a bad mistake by George Dyer.
That one must cost him a good at times.
But these are the chances Boulevard need to take.
Convert that trade.
They need to take these chances, and again, Dandytown shows that softness in that back line.
Yeah.
And Diane Taylor would have wanted to do battle with that, you know, because he is clearing in one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
Right. Yeah, wanted to try to finish, at least get it on that.
Just watch Millet. Watch Millet, and there he's good, cool.
Cool, calm.
He doesn't change gears. But he's always ahead of everything.
That's right. Yes, he is.
He's always ahead. Just like Joe Trott used to stroll around the field. He didn't really change gears a lot.
Exactly. No, not at all. That's right.
But he was very effective and very efficient.
Yes, sure was. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And like you stated too, Boulevard's going to have to try to capitalize on those opportunities. That was an excellent opportunity, and you need to convert them against a team, as you mentioned, Dandytown. You're going to definitely need to try to give yourself the edge going into the locker room that they have.
Juwan Basso's not going to want to chase these, and the ball's in.
Ooh.
Just over here. Angelo gets on it.
Wow, as Dandytown pushing for it.
Made it looking to overlap, but Lathan chooses to find Kinner Maynard on the other side. This could be dangerous.
Yes.
He's just leaned back. Angelo just leaned back, and I think he sent that one over to Balco
And I think if Boulevard to stay in the division, I think they're going to have to, like you said, those things you're talking about, improve in certain areas, you know, of the game. That's going to help them to be that team to actually stay. Not just about going down and coming back up, but learning from those experiences and trying to push forward as a collective team, as a unit.
I just see a quick change that's happened in Boulevard. The right wing is switched over to the left side.
Ah, yes, okay. And why do you think that is, Coach?
I'm wondering if he thinks he's going to have. Oh, and that's the ball. And that's the ball. See, that's the pass that Jerwande Bascom possesses. Those are the type of passes. Because that was an excellent pass in a good position. I thought Angelo should have took it one time.
Yes,
but that's the type of passing that he possesses.
Great threatening ball. That was a great threatening ball there.
And this could be dangerous.
Yes, it's foul here.
Everybody queuing up together. When I see Dominique Williams coming forward, you know, the negotiations are starting as to who's going to take this.
And I think Dandytown do well in set pieces, very well.
Jawande and Kadir Maynard, they have a relationship. I think they came up under Andrew Bascom in the Bascom team.
Right.
They went under 15 league. So they have a good relationship with each other, a good understanding from the days in youth football.
Right. Like I said, Dandytown on set pieces, you know, they often do well. And if I was Boulevard, ooh. So, you know, that time, I think Giannis was on Dandytown, and they blundered that one. But
4-4-2.
Yeah, it looks like 4-4-2, right?
Two players forward, one player that's going to look to run off the wall, and Robinson there.
Yes.
And a sort of stand-up striker.
A good ball work that time by Dandytown. There's a foul there going in for Boulevard. Yes.
Taylor, if you just saw what he did, he just nipped the ball over the guy's foot. So that just shows good technique, you know. And it releases the right back. And look at the body language on the ball. They have body language on the ball. They have confidence on the ball.
That's right.
And that's something that everybody in the world looks for. The key players that have body language on the ball, that stand up on the ball, look to play, and they have that automatically.
That's all.
But now organization and discipline is what they need.
Okay, all right. There you go. That one put cross right in the middle. Missy, can Boulevard actually finish? They seem to build up very well, do some good work in either corner, but can they actually get a good shot on target and do some damage here early in this match?
I'm actually struggling to see that out-and-out striker, that someone that stands out for Boulevard. I've looked at Taylor, looked at Robinson, you know, and I'm struggling to be convinced at this time that they have an out-and-out striker that's looking to finish, you know, in the days, and I'm comparing them against the likes of Kenny Hill. I mean, Kenny Hill, all he willing to do is score goals.
That's right, finish. That's right. He had a knack about him.
He had a knack about him. The ball came off his shin, the ball came off his leg.
That's right. He got it in.
He got it in. You know, the white Payback Warren was a different type of finisher. He was very classy about his finish, and Albert Case was very classy. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that player, but I could be proven wrong as this game goes on.
Yeah, we haven't seen it thus far, but like you said, at the end of the day, girls do win the game.
Yeah.
So,
you know, and I know enough about Dandytown to know what they're about.
Right. Yeah.
Players that can finish. You know, Boulevard's new to me, but again, I know the history of Boulevard to know what type of player I'm going to get out here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and obviously what you talked about earlier is definitely correct, and we'll just see. And because of that aggression, it's going to be a very competitive match.
And the rain just falling ever so slightly. This Douglas that he switched back to the right wing immediately. I'm been impressed with him. You know, I've seen him on the ball a couple of times. You know, I see as a winger he's looking to take on his player. He's not afraid of that. You know, he uses a bit of creativity. So.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely doing that. It seems to be up to the challenge this afternoon. Despite Dandytown being the team on top, Boulevard in the 8th position, Maceo going at these guys, just like it's, as you mentioned, it is a derby.
See, and this is where my criticism comes in of Coach Wilkerson, because I think they should dominate football games.
Right, okay.
They should be bossing football games from a possession standpoint. You know, from the score line, they should be bossing football games.
Wow,
and he more wins football games based on strategies long term. You know, his strategies he absorbs. You know, he makes very good substitutions going into the second half. Yes. Good decisions, so I have to give him that. But I don't think his team bosses the game enough and dominates the game like they should.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And then you have the better players. If you look at all the clubs in the world that got the better players, the Barcelona, those clubs, they boss football games.
They sure do. That's right. They're mainly in control. That's right.
They're in control of games.
That's right.
You know, teams have to be forced to counterattack them.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Because they boss the games.
That's right. Yes.
And Jawande Bascom just slowly getting around this. He's probably trying to find himself within this Dandytown unit and show what he's capable of.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It'll be interesting to see if they leave this one to him.
Yes. And then again, this Boulevard giving away free kicks around the box. Not a good thing. Not a good thing.
He might be able to get himself on there. I see the negotiation taking place.
Right.
And Skipper Angelo just is sorting out things.
Referee counting it off.
Yeah, Dominique had his chance, and he put his one over Belko.
right.
So Jawande sees his opportunity.
Yes.
And he does get it on target, but it's easily collected for the goalkeeper. He gets it on target a little bit closer. The kid really possesses some really good technical skills.
Oh yeah.
If I have a criticism of him, always had the criticism is his physical ability, his fitness. He reminds me more of his Uncle Herbie.
Yes. When it comes to that, yes.
He reminds me, his dad was always the fittest player that you would know. You know.
Oh yeah. And it seemed like Uncle Herbie had the natural raw talent, but like you said, didn't work as hard.
Yeah. Diagonal ball over. And well covered by Dominique. And if you watch Leon Tucker, the ball given away.
Yes.
You know, and that's the ball that's trying to get the right back
right
back into it, but it's just not the right ball. It's not at the right speed. It's not at the right location, and the ball's given away.
That's right. And
what's going to happen? The overlapping fullback's not going to want to do that no more.
Exactly, because the confidence is if you don't get him the
ball. This could be dangerous. Yeah, if that's not a perfect ball that gets him on it,
right.
He's not going to be so committed to make that run.
Exactly, that's right. And that's just confident in you getting that ball there. That's right. So that's a very good point.
Bring it, you guys, bring it.
Number 14, Miguel Tankard. He looks aggressive in that midfield. He looks like he's going to bite everything.
Right, yes.
That goes on. So he's showing good aggression within that midfield.
Yes. And I think the key thing is, can they put anything together up top Boulevard? Can they link up? And first of all, it starts with getting a good shot on goal. Have they have any really good shots this far? I hadn't seen many good shots on target, but that's the thing. Can they reach the target? And then finish.
Good on the ball, looks to get that left back in.
There we go.
Well, look at that, Millet changed pace.
Wow, I see that, yeah.
He's been forced to change pace.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Well, you see, he doesn't possess a whole lot of pace.
Right, that's right.
You know. And what he does best, he thinks quicker than everyone else.
Right, yes.
So he positions, again, a Joe Trot quality. He thought quicker than everybody. I swear if Joe Trot wasn't a footballer, he'll build a rocket. Man.
That's right, that's right. See, like you said, it's his analytical ability to think quicker, faster than any other player.
Yeah, man. He's the type of person that builds rockets.
Yeah.
You know, we were blessed to have him play football.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's right.
And this could be trouble with the counter-attacking.
Yes, Boulevard on the run. Can they get something out of this, Maceo?
I saw what he was attempting to do, but the technique let him down and the ball took a little bobbler off the field. And just speaking to the field a little bit.
Right.
Because Dandytown want to be a team that plays football, so at some point they're going to have to do something about the field. I mean,
yes, that's right.
What I suggest you know, they have a rule out here that rules the cricket pitch.
Right.
And you see all the fields in the U.S. and the U.K., they
That's right.
rule the field.
They sure do.
They
That's right.
rule the fields to even out the bumps and
That's
to
right. Every
smooth
inch.
the field out. So they compact it, you
Right.
know. So they might consider, you know, when they got their ruler, her ruling their field and,
Exactly.
and finding a way of evening it out and taking away all these little bumps and divots out there.
That's right. And, see, that's part of the process of a good team, from the management all the way down, all aspects. This is part of the physical plan.
Yeah.
That's right. It's still part of the when you talk about the team.
Yeah,
That's it.
you know, the club has to do something that assists the team to play the style of football that
Right.
everybody enjoys.
Exactly. That's right.
You know, I used to get at North Village. We built a field,
Right.
and we built a small one,
Right. Yes. Yes.
and we like to play good football.
Right.
You know, we shut ourselves in the foot a little bit.
Yes. And we like to use
You know,
space. North
and
Village.
we like to use space, but we built a small field.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
rather than widening it and long in the field. You know, making it a little longer.
Right.
Yeah.
Good pressure again right now by Boulevard.
Yes, it is. And that Boulevard's looking organized.
Yes.
You know, I want to see how long, like again, going into the second half, how long they can keep that discipline and keep that organization.
Right, yeah. And as you mentioned, in their last few fixtures, fitness let them down. So
Yeah.
let's see if that's going to be a key this afternoon.
And they've been losing matches in the last 15 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It reminds me of my time playing commercial football for
Right,
North
right.
Village Rams with the likes of Allen and stuff.
Yes.
If we didn't win the game in 60 minutes, we wasn't going to win it.
That's right, yeah,
You know,
exactly. That's
we
right.
just knew we wasn't going to win it if we didn't
Yes.
win it in 60 minutes.
That's right. See, and I guess, you know, the skill level that you had, that's right. You could get that ball in with inside the 60. If you didn't, it's going to be a rough afternoon.
Yeah. Our bodies just didn't have it after 60 minutes to be able to win football games.
Right, okay. There you go. Oh, the Dandytown spectators now getting a little frustrated. So let's see what comes out of this now.
Boulevard striker just got injured. He ran into a little tussle with Daniels again. It's Daniels'
Wow.
presence.
Yes.
You know, Daniel is the president. He's a solid kid.
Oh, yeah, sure
He's
is.
definitely a solid kid. It's not somebody you want to run into.
Exactly, yeah. You're not going to win too many battles going in with him.
And we're unofficially we're got about 17 minutes left in this half. I just look over here with Millie. Anytime are looking to use the left back as their late attacker.
Yes.
You know, so he's streaking forward on this side.
Yes.
You know, which is great to see because that's the world game.
But yeah, exactly.
You know, the world game, the left backs and the right backs
That's
get
right.
the ball the most. They
That's right.
are actually the new wingers.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
You know, and they're hard to track because they're coming from
exactly.
deep.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And it brings a bit of excitement
But
to the
looking
game
to
as well.
Connor.
Don't let him get it. No, don't
Again,
go.
Daniels off his line quite easily, clears the danger.
Got him.
All right.
You got it. That's so
And
nothing.
Boulevard had the ball again, pushing forward. Nice. He played wide.
And ball. Again,
Handball this time.
look at the winger in number 33, Douglas. He's always looking to go at his fullback. They
Exactly.
hate that.
That's right.
A fullback hates a player that wants to go at him every
Exactly.
time.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
You know, and he's looking to go at him every time.
Yeah, and
I love to see it.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be. Making it work. Now, can Boulevard capitalize on the free kick?
This is where they need to put good free kicks in. And that ball's in a good area. It's just over. No one really attacking the ball.
Okay.
Again, that's where Kenny Hill comes in. That's the
Yes.
ones that's attacking.
That's right. Yeah.
That's the ones that's getting on top of it, is getting his toe to it, is getting his shin to it,
That's
is getting his body to it, getting in the back of it. Because the ball was actually really served in a really good
Oh yeah,
area.
yeah. I thought it was a good idea. Like I said, scoring by and good strikers score by any means
Yeah,
necessary.
by any means necessary.
That's right. They make it happen.
That's a problem with having Island Wide producing a striker, you know, a goal
Right.
scorer. We're actually having that problem Island Wide.
Right.
You know,
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. And that's a fair
this
assessment.
is something that we're not doing in our youth football.
Okay.
That's allowing that person to score. And I have a theory, and I mean, a lot of times in youth football, we get a player that scores a lot of goals, and we start to call him greedy. We start to call him selfish.
That's right, yes.
And eventually, he loses that confidence.
That's right.
If you're
Exactly.
scoring 5 goals in the youth football, let him score 5
That's right.
goals.
Yeah. And don't say anything about.
Don't say anything about it because that's what we lack at this level.
That's right,
We
yeah.
lack a person that is going to score goals and want to score
That's
goals.
right. Yeah. We definitely lack prolific goal scorers. That's right. Oh yeah, definitely. I agree about that. Yes.
Yeah.
So who you think this afternoon for Boulevard can actually rescue them in terms of up top, in terms of finishing that ball? Right now we haven't seen much.
I'm still struggling to appreciate what if for me this winger in Douglas.
Yeah.
I like to see him play out
Yes,
of the striker position.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
You know, because
be closer to the goal.
Be closer to the goal. He's putting them under pressure. He's physical. He's fast.
Right.
You know, I like to see him get inside
yeah.
and have opportunity to finish.
Yeah, that would make it definitely interesting. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good observation. Great point there.
The player that they're playing as striker,
right?
You know, he looks more of a holding midfield type of player because he wants to put his foot on the ball.
Yeah,
he wants to pass it.
Right. Yes.
You know, he wants to pass the ball. I don't see him as a striker.
Right, and strikers.
Yeah, or I don't see him as a number 10 because he's not going to be mobile enough at number. You know.
Right,
so I don't see him as a striker.
Exactly. Like you said, the school of thought thinking process suits him better in the midfield.
Yeah.
Strikers finish. They look for that loose space in the goal and they shoot.
He likes his attitude for me. He likes the beauty of the game rather than the goal scoring part of it. He actually likes the beauty of it.
Right.
I can see that within his demeanor.
Right. Now can Dandytown capitalize on this?
A minute on the ball. Again, the wingers of Boulevard are switching all the time. So now on the right wing, you got number 16. They haven't given 16 his correct name.
Okay.
But they're constantly switching and giving different problems to solve to the the Dandytown defense.
Okay.
So again, that's where the creativity comes in these kids Boulevard. You know, they're not stagnant as to one thing all the time. You know.
Right. So let's see if that creativity can bring about a goal for them as we near the half-point mark.
Just look at Boulevard's body language. They are nowhere intimidated. For a team that's been in the second division, the lower division for I think the last 5 or 6 years they've been in the lower division. They are not intimidated. I'm surprised that they stayed there this long with this type of quality. But it lends itself to discipline and organization.
Exactly, and there's a key points that you need in any good team.
Yeah, it lends itself to that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is where they need to capitalize.
Yes, that's right.
Again, another wasted free kick.
That's right, yeah, that's right. See, and any team, I think, feel threatened by free kicks outside their box. But, you know, at the end of the day, the team has to convert them, make them become an advantage as opposed to a disadvantage. So, we'll see. And put them on the go. The goal is 198 square feet inside the goal. We have to put it on target every time, every opportunity we get.
Look at that ball. Look at that ball. Look at the way that he is able to open his body up to receive that ball. Millet just needed to act a little bit more faster to get on top of it.
Yes. But here to Dandytown to go again.
But it's a pleasure to see Millet looking to streak forward from the left back position.
Yes.
But again, that's the qualities of Durande Bascom.
Right.
You know, I don't see him as a goal scorer.
No.
Although he will score goals, I don't see him as that. But this could be dangerous.
Right. Oh, here we go, Boulevard.
And there is Taylor that arrives in the middle for the first time. He did arrive in the middle. The ball just didn't reach him.
Yes, right.
But Boulevard looking to play football. They're not looking to kick the ball long.
That's right.
They're looking to play football.
And they're not looking to sit back and defend.
Yeah.
They're looking to, like you said, looking to push forward and
I'm loving their aggression and don't want to attack again. Don't want to attack again. That's the ball that's got to make it.
Yes, that ball's got to get across inside.
See, I've played with Payback. He makes that ball.
Right, yeah, exactly. Every time.
Dwight Warren makes that ball. Me, I played with him when he played in his later years at North Village. And it was like me and he were telepathic.
Right.
We didn't have to talk.
Right, he just put the ball there. You knew.
We didn't have to talk. Our body language is just done that.
Right.
And he was clinical in making that passes.
Yes.
He made those passes.
And like you said, that's critical. That's right. And you remember, certain forwards, you get the ball, they'll tell you, just put the ball there and I'll finish it. Ooh.
Come right back.
Just to analyze the game, to be honest, Dandytown coaches will be the happiest because he knows he's not playing. He knows he's not playing well up to this point.
Right.
He's not down a goal. and I know that he would have the confidence in, you know, the players that he has on the bench, as well as the fitness level of his team going into the second half.
Right.
And if his analysis correctly, he would be aware that Boulevard are losing games in the last 20 minutes of games.
Yes.
You know, and that they die in the last 20 minutes of games.
Right. So he just basically has to keep up, you know, what they're doing, and of course with the team's creativity.
Boulevard lost to Village in the last 20 minutes of the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, definitely. And like you said, a good coach will be aware of that and play to that, you know, situation. Plus use what he's got, his own ammunition or own arsenal as well. So we'll see what happens. See if Dandytown can actually take advantage of that. But as you said, Boulevard are pressing on and trying to score. They're not in any form of fashion sitting back and defending. And
Daniels comes in and pushes that one clear. They're not giving Dandytown any time on the ball. Maynard for me is another midfield player.
Yes.
He's another midfield player.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Where he's going to put his foot on the ball. He's going to find creativity.
Right.
To have him waiting for the ball up at that position.
Yeah, it's kind of it's crazy.
I think it's kind of productive to the type of football that Dandytown are trying to play.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Help. Now's the time now.
You know, on the Dandytown bench, they have the national squad player in Sion Darrow, so
yes.
he could easily come on.
Right.
He can play out of the right back position. He can also play out of the midfield position. So as I'm looking at these players, they do have the personnel. For where I sit, if I had this Dandytown team, I would win every single game.
Oh wow, that's good. Yeah.
That's how I see it, because they would excite me with what they could do with the football, how they could do. They've got Jason Simons, another national youth team player sitting on the bench.
Wow, so they've got ammunition deep. They got a deep bench.
They got a deep bench. And Millister, and he puts the ball in the right area. Good defending there.
Yes.
Again, he puts the ball right in the right area. And Dandytown don't have the streakers in the midfield players don't come through. Look at how deep Liam is.
Yeah, too deep. Yeah.
Skya is not going to be able to. He's not going to be fast enough to
get up right.
To get up there on that position. So really, it was only one option coming out of that midfield.
That's right.
It was only one option to try to find Juwande Bascom, rather than, you know, two or three streaking midfielders coming as Dandytown get the full back. You know.
Right, exactly.
And if you look at it, it's the full back.
That's right.
That's got that position. So he's had to run across the midfield.
That's right, yeah. Exactly.
And he only had one option.
Right. Looks like
it doesn't look like it's 11 players.
That's right, a well-oiled machine. That's right.
Lathan's streaking out there. He's going to want to have to do better with that. But again, the chances are coming for Dandytown.
Yes.
You know, Germany, I had the seats that you call the nosebleed seats in there. So I was way on top. And to look at Germany move, they moved all as one.
Right.
Sideways. They moved, everything moved as one.
Wow.
You know, and that was a time they had Luther Mateus, they had Klinsman,
football, right.
Franz Beckenbauer was the coach at the time.
Right.
But I was so impressed. You know, I was young then.
Right.
You know, but that was my first real observation of a team, a collective team.
Yes,
you know, understanding what it looks like.
And having said that, I love the way that the Italians and the Germans defend, like you said, in a unit. They move together. So.
But look at the space between Dandytown's forward players now.
Yeah,
so they're either defending or attacking. The transitional behavior is not there.
Exactly.
You know, there's no transitional behavior going on in Dandytown's team.
A huge gap, yes. So at the end of the day, exactly.
So now the two center half are split. What should be happening is that Lynn Tucker should be coming down looking to get on that ball.
Exactly, that's right.
But he's not going to be comfortable on that ball in those positions.
That's right, no, not at all.
Now, Juwande Bascom, in other words, he's going to be comfortable on that ball in that position.
Right, exactly. And like you said, in terms of shape, you don't want Bascom coming back to the midfield to collect that ball all the time.
And there you go, have it. There you have it. You have halftime.
That's right.
And the scores at St. John's are still locked at 0-0. You know, just a quick halftime synopsis. Boulevard have definitely bossed the game. They controlled the game. They played in Dandytown's half. They really haven't created any real clear-cut chances other than one mistake that happened early in the game. Dandytown have created the better chances in the game, but both teams are failing to be able to score at this point in time. So I think advantage to Dandytown going into the second half as fitness and experience starts to play a part in this match.
Oh yeah, and definitely, like you said too, the experience of Dandytown, them being at home, so going into the locker room with on level terms, I think it's going to be good, and you'll see some creativity from Dandytown. And like you said, hopefully we can see the likes of Boulevard not die out with 10 or 15 minutes left in the match, so which will make a good finish here this afternoon. And then again, I believe if Dandytown gets on the score sheet early in the second half, it's going to be a rough afternoon for Boulevard. Sure. However, if Boulevard can get on the score sheet, it can shake things up a bit. But you know, at the end of the day, I think it's going to take an extraordinary effort for Boulevard to be successful, I think, this afternoon.